My family sold me to a millionaire part I, sitting on a chair. I was led, blindfolded, to meet my future husband. When my family told me we were going out for dinner, I never imagined they'd arrange a surprise marriage for me. And then they all started clapping. I hate surprises. I mean, why would they do that to me? Welcome to family, Louise! What was he saying? Then he removed the blindfold. Who are you? I asked. He laughed. You'll be meeting a very important person tonight. Someone who could change your life, he continued, completely in question. Who was he talking about? Why did they all look so happy? Was everything okay? My dad pulled up a chair next to me and smiled. Are you to meet the love of your life? Wait, what? I looked toward him. I didn't. He was probably 10 years older than me. You two have a lot in common, my mom said. What is she like? The man asked. Well, she's an excellent cook. Isn't that right, dear? Yeah. I tried to smile, but it ended up looking more like a grimace. He leaned closer. That's nuts. Because I heard you like money. Are you rich? I had no idea what was going on. She works as a waitress, but she's also a great cook, my dad said. Did he just bribe this guy to marry me? Rich people, they were so weird. So if you don't mind a poor wife, he continued, it's totally fine. Right, honey, what did he say? I couldn't believe it. This guy was one of those filthy rich dudes. I'm sure his private jet cost more than my entire family's house. How could they arrange for me to marry someone I didn't even know? Had I offended them somehow? Do you have any diseases? The rich guy asked. I mean, you get tested? Oh, God. Here we go. I hated when men asked me stuff like this. It was always awkward. Oh, no, I don't think so, I replied. We haven't done that. Have you? Me neither, he said with a big smile. But it's checked just in case. You know, it's better to be safe than sorry. We sat there for a moment, and I wanted to disappear. Maybe I should run to the side until this guy left. Do you have kids? He asked. No, none of my business, I muttered. Ah, man, you're really lucky. Being a dad isn't easy, but hey, I don't mind. It's great, actually. I watched them talk, and I felt sick to myself. Who was this guy? Why was he here? Why did my family drag me to meet him? All these questions were running through my head. I felt like I was some kind of object they could just sell to the highest bidder. How humiliating. He took his glass and walked over to me. May I have this dance? I stared at him in disbelief. Everyone was... I felt cornered. He leaned closer and whispered, You're not going to tell anyone about our little chat today, right? It would be a shame if everyone knew you were the girl who had said no to me. I recoiled in horror. Did he say? My family exchanged glances, and I felt a chill go down my spine. Was this part of the plan? What did he mean? Before I could, my aunt chimed in. All right, Louise, your dad wants to say something. My dad hesitated, then spoke up. We need your help. Kind of help? I asked cautiously. Your cousin Bruno needs to marry you. What? Wait? What? I'm sorry. I don't understand. I replied, confused. We thought you too could help. Your cousin is in a bit of trouble and needs a wife to save him from prison. What kind of nonsense was this? What does he need me for? I challenged. We talked about this before. Don't you remember? My mom intervened. He needs a wife because he owes a lot of money to a very dangerous man. If he doesn't come up with the cash, he could end up behind bars. What? Since we'll get involved with drugs or the mafia. Why didn't anyone tell me anything? Why am I supposed to fix his problems? How much money do you want? I asked. You don't need to pay anything. Your cousin just needs you to marry him. I explained. And after the wedding, you can divorce him. No one will ever have to know. Oh, that's just crazy. I don't know what to say. I was shocked. He asked me to do that. Come on, Louise. Please help him. My mom pleaded with me. I didn't know what to do. I loved my family. The thought of Bruno ending up in jail wasn't appealing. But marrying a complete stranger was terrifying. To make things worse, I knew about him or his problems. I needed time to process everything, but they wouldn't give me any. Don't worry, Louise. I won't let anything bad happen to you. My dad reassured me. We'll protect you. His words made me feel like a little girl. Again, it was like they were trying to shield me from the world and make decisions for me without considering my feelings. I was sick and tired of it, but there was no use arguing with them. They had already made us. So, I went along with it. Part 2. Later that day, I found myself sitting across from the same man who had made me extremely uncomfortable during dinner. Now, he was dressed in a crisp suit and looked like he had stepped out of it. His piercing gaze made me self-conscious. Hello, Louise. Ready to take the first step towards a beautiful new chapter life? He asked with a charming smile. I couldn't help but roll my eyes. This whole situation was surreal. How old are you, mister? Please call me Bruno, he interrupted. And as for your question, I'm 32. You're quite a bit younger than me, aren't you? Yeah, 19. Nice. Lots of life ahead of you. Lots of time to make a good investment, he said, winking at me. His words were like daggers piercing my heart. I knew exactly what he meant. I wasn't a person to him. I was just a transaction, a mere commodity. With the blink of an eye, my family had sold me. Betrayed, angry, and helpless. I wanted to scream, but what was the point? Everything was too late! As Bruno continued talking, I realized the gravity of my situation. I was in a gilded cage, trapped in a world where money and power dictated everything. Bruno wasn't just a rich playboy. He was a symbol of a society that valued real wealth over human emotions. He represented the dark side of capitalism, where people were reduced to numbers, assets, and liabilities. His casual attitude towards our impending marriage was a testament to his narcissism. He saw himself as the sun around which my world revolved. Everything else was just a blur. My own desires, dreams, and aspirations didn't matter. Only his happiness and satisfaction were important. I hated him for that. He was the embodiment of everything I despised. Yet despite him, I couldn't help but acknowledge his charm. There was something magnetic about him. Bruno was like a predator who had finally caught his prey. He was playing with me, toying with my emotions, savoring my fear and uncertainty. He enjoyed having the upper hand. And why should? After all, he was the one who had orchestrated this whole charade. The realization hit me like a ton of bricks. This marriage wasn't about love or companionship. It was a strategic move to secure Bruno's interests. I was just a pawn in his game. The weight of the situation pressed down on me like a suffocating blanket. I felt trapped, hopeless, and utterly betrayed by my own family. Their actions had consequences that would reverberate throughout my life. They had stripped me of my autonomy, my right to choose my own path, my right to define my own future. Instead, they had decided for me, sacrificing my happiness on the altar of convenience and greed. In that moment, I understood that I wasn't just fighting for myself, but for every woman who had ever been silenced, disregarded, or objectified. I was against a system that valued women for their looks and status rather than their substance. This fight wasn't about revenge or retribution. It was about reclaiming my life and shattering the chains that had bound me. Thanks for watching!